Right? Yeah. Yeah. But that's. Yeah, it's been like.
Yeah, I think we have to determine how we want to
Oh,
set
it's
it.
been recognized from the picture.
That's zero.
All right, I'd like to call the meeting to order. We're going to start out with pledge of allegiance. I want to thank you all for coming tonight. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, everybody, for coming tonight. This time I will take an approval of the agenda.
I move to approve the agenda as submitted.
Do I get a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you. The move and approved, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Moving on, approval of consent agenda.
I will mention that in payroll, there's an additional check, with having an annual check that I missed from the one. So this one we have in the plus $941.
For what?
For that we do that there.
And that's been paid and it's been cut.
Yeah, it's been taken care of.
Okay.
Outside of the-
I'll move adoption of the approval of the consent agenda with the addition of the deputy treasurer payment.
There's a second. I'll second it. Page move. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say none. Moving on. At this broken time, we will do a public comment, and please, when you state your name, state your address, and keep it below 3 minutes or less. Basically, hot in here. So, at this point in time, we will move on to public comment. Well, seeing nobody.
I'd like to make a comment. Ben Hartster, 8264 Cypress Way, over in Thorn Farms.
Yep.
I just wanted to thank you all for making good on your promise for the $200,000. We are in the process. We have two legal firms that are forming the master association. Once the master association is formed, we'll be able to reach out and transfer the funds to the Thorn Farms Master Association. So just wanted to reach out and thank you all. Appreciate it. We enjoy working with you. We hope to continue working with you going forward. Appreciate the support.
Trying to get it done.
Yeah. Also, real quick, just wanted to make a comment on the Consumers Energy. Excellent job. Seems that they have rescinded their plans to put in a power plant. So just wanted to say awesome job by everybody, and thank you very much for that.
Appreciate it. There's one thing I want to say, I forgot to say. During public comment, as a board and Robert's rule, we're not able legally to refute, to your comments. Normally, what we're trying to do, we're going to do in the future is have a public comment at the bottom, and with our comments, we can talk to you at the bottom. Not tonight, though. So, any other? Yes, ma'am. State your name and address.
Hi everybody, my name is Mary Bechtel. I live at 1235 South Fletcher Road. I've been a Linus Township resident since 2023, and I would like to make a comment in support of the Hampton Bookstore. Tara and Terry are my friends, and they are just about women I know.
Breathe.
Right. In their lives as corporate accountants, they are girl bosses. And I have every confidence that they will bring the same commitment, drive, determination to this venture. They will also bring love. We need more love. We need more books. This isn't just about books, it's about community. And this historic building is one of the gateways to our great community. I know that Tara and Terry will be owners of the bookstore and greeters to our community. I know this because they greeted me when I moved in. And I'm not leaving. I can personally vouch for their capacity in everything they have taken on. And my only concern is that when this bookstore is a huge success, we might have to put in a stoplight.
The 3 minutes.
So, thank you.
Thank you, Ms.
Mr. Ray, I'm at 10701 Jackson Road, Dexter, line of township. And I just wanted to bring things again to the board, everybody else who worked so hard on the solar power thing. I really hope it's over, although there was mention about something in the third quarter that they would take another look at, so I'm not expecting them on to do it. And the other thing I guess that I wanted to say, I forgot my second. I don't know if this is the proper form, but I know Charlene had a huge problem with people signing clauses to not discuss things. Not discuss. Okay, so, yeah. And I was wondering if we have, not that any of you guys would do anything like that, but if there's something that we should have written, whatever, so that we don't have to worry about that in the future, like down the road. And I think that's basically the three things. For the third one, the good consumers still have something they can put in the background. And that's it. Thank you so much.
Those I see guests in the back row, please state your name, address.
1457, Alabama Road, Road, your neighbors, all your neighbors. I am here to talk about the building. In the building that has been for 60 before the nine. Okay, we have a lot of history. It was built here by the Episcopal Church. In fact, almost like a church. We have to go through the power back up that was blown down by a tornado. There's a lot of people. I'm not going to make it a good church. This building is stable. We've had a contractor look at it one time. We talked about moving it into a part of the property and then the contractors are going to be ridiculous. The only building that is like 50 more style competition is style. And then problems that it has with farms or roads or power innovation, all that can be mitigated, all that can be fixed. If you have a building committee and it's worth 35. It's been here over 10 years since we were considering a addition and a renovation of the building versus building a brand new boring flat building. You don't need a new building, our elections are shrinking, you don't need a bigger meeting. If we have big issues in the power plant, we can move to the high school, not a job. That's fine, that's my pitch.
Thank you, Art.
I'm super lucky. I have 21 800 stand up. I also agree that this, just as the depot is a historic building, this is a historic square building. We should do everything that I need to do. Historic buildings. And, the other thing, I looked on the agenda, when we extend that one on the internet. That was done in December of 2025, and that's correct. A 6 month, what have you done the other time? And that's when I did that, was what has been done to protect the farm across the road here. Turning it into a center, and that's what we're actually talking about, when we notify, telephone power lines that come along. We need to protect our community, against data centers, and then what results that we so I think that talking about starting from scratch and with a new designer for a possible new building or new building this around in my best interest at this time. My best interest, I believe, are served by the good the nature of our township and particularly against data centers and all.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Miguel. I'm at 50 South Lima Road, right across the street from the depot, and I'm going to put my support and excitement for this computer. I'm really looking forward to it. I've gotten to know the guy it's like the findings facility for the bookstore. My husband and I are advocates, and I'm really looking forward to having somewhere I can walk to. And with that said, goodness, there is no stoplights ever in the future. I love the crosswalks, so like that for that.
Kathy Powers, 12930. I'm also for the bookstore. I think it's a great thing. I think it's a good business in the town, and I think, anytime we can encourage other communities to support are both great people, and we're really wonderful down. So I'm all for that. The second thing is, I'm all for the buildings, like I said. I don't really farm one. And with no irrigation. So this is kind of like, but on the other hand, I mean, did the same guy house that was an old historical building or would they go to new one? I think we have to wait out all the options. I mean, my son did a project with the national for this, for the Lima Township and years ago, he did this in school. We want to take one on national, but so I have a lot of heart here, but I also don't know if it's still doing it well. I think that, you do have a lot of upgrades, you have to look at the cost and both whether it's buying a new building or upgrading this one, but I know for you, the basement here is one option for the people that were on the board and that worked down here. So, I think that you have to weigh all those options, so I don't have a right or wrong answer, but I think if it's a building, then
Any more comments? Yes, Mary.
I just met Tara, Mary Hellner, 1038 South Lima Center Road. I just met Tara and Terry at the beginning of the power plant debacle, and every interaction I've had with them since, they have shown me to be passionate and yet level-headed business people. They care about Lima Township. They want to offer a space to get together and to buy books and coffee and whatnot. I've been in Lima Township for my whole life, and I don't remember any community-oriented business like this at the depot. I will support their business just like I support Jacob's Fresh Farm and any other Lima Township public business. That is what we do here. We support one another. These Lima Township women are invested in and committed to our community. We should all want them and their work to be successful. I also want to have some comments about the township hall. I made it shorter because someone told me I had to. I looked at a previous remodel edition design on Facebook. I want to mention a few concerns. The ramp and entrance seems like there will be quite an incline to get to the ramp. Perhaps there's a better rendering that shows the parking lot to ramp elevation. If so, I'd like to see that because otherwise it's crazy. And if the plan is to have a crazy amount of filter, I think there's so many issues with that. Um, After having just added on to my house, I know that. I'm disappointed to see that the addition is for the township board and staff. I like you all, but if the taxpayers are footing the bill, I think we should benefit with the larger and better space for voting and meetings. If you move forward with the election and meeting space in this old area, I'm assuming that you're going to replace the floor with a new level floor. I can't even walk in here. I tip over at least 10 times an hour. Better heating, cooling, sound system, video system, new windows, doors, insulation, and the acoustics are horrendous. That needs to be addressed because of the high ceiling. 20 parking spaces, enough for election days. I'm kind of over parking in the uneven grass or mud or snow. I'm just over that. 2 handicap spots, that might meet code. I think we can do better. There's a lot of older folks and special needs people in our community. For election days, are we still going in through the front door? If so, we're still waiting in the heat or rain or snow. Sure would be nice not to have to do that. Someone said to me that the township hall represents the character and history of Lima Township, something a new build couldn't. The offices could be optional and added later. I'd love a space for my brother and Harley and anybody else to gather all the Lima Township history and share it with generations to come. I think that this building would be perfect for that, which is why I would support a new build for the Township Hall. I suggest that we pursue a volunteer group that would be the Lima Center Historical Society that could rent this building from the township. If the point of a remodeled hall is restoration to historical character without adding function, the function that we need, then that should be paid for by donations from people who want to honor their ancestors. If the point is to create a safe and functional space for secure elections, larger meetings, on-site offices, better storage, no mold, rodents, and perhaps for more township picnics, and I wholeheartedly support creating that new professional space for the citizens who are paying for it. So let's get that guy that presented at the work session and ask him to review everything that's been done so far and make his recommendations after he meets with all the board members and staff and maybe even some Lima Township citizens, because if we're going to do this, then let's do it the right way.
Yes, sir.
That was shorter.
Jack Long, 1900 South Emerson Road. My daughter is one of the people involved in the bookstore. Her best friend is also, we can call her a book, so I've been up there working with them, as I have many other members of the family. It's been an interesting project so far. One of the things I wanted to find is that besides it being an opportunity to give a couple of young women an opportunity to have a business, run a business, something they're passionate about, but still they're working passionate about for a long time. Passion means a lot. Going into a business. It's one thing to have a business, it's another thing to own it, live it, drink it, work it, and have to be part of your business. But these two have been dreaming this dream for some time. The other thing is once they got involved, they're looking at the history of that place. We're uncovering things up there that were so interesting and so neat, and they're trying to keep the era appropriate, which when you get up there, you might go to see. I think it's going to be nothing but benefit maybe in the area. They're going about having programs to bring kids in after school. Read. Some kids have real issues with being able to learn to read, or having issues with what they want to read. You pull people in to something that may be exciting. It benefits everyone. So I think having this here will be a great benefit for our community.
Yes, ma'am.
I share frustration with all the time and resources that put into this over the years. I think we need to just move ahead and not worry and fuss about what's been done and not done. A lot of resources we put into it, and there's a lot of information and data we have. I think one of the problems in the past was that people had a solution ahead of time. I think we need to look at what we need
you know, the things are not really what we need is what we get ability for right now. The delineate the function, the amount, space, square footage, for these things, offices, all that. Do that, and then you look at the resources we have, it's storage building, vacant lot, and everything, and then we evaluate what we need for that. And I know everybody, you know, the one thing we're going for is that everybody wants a festival township. I think what might be been a problem in the past, people felt like before going through the process, they knew what was that. So I think it's, I hope that we know a lot of time about the process running for it. But I think everybody should be reassured that we'll end up something that we are making it solution that we can want. That we need to trust you guys to figure out what that all the best ways.
Take a couple more and then we're gonna move on. Anybody else? Or we can just move on. Cool. Okay, at this point in time, we're gonna close public comment and move to treasury reports.
I mentioned it out for the month of June. I also updated all of the people for the month of June. And the tax bill went out, all 2,000 of them, and about 200 has come in. For the month.
Any questions for Nanette? Seeing none, we'll move on to zoning. And Mariano's not here. He left a report in there. Would you like to read it for us, Greg? You do such a good job at that.
Okay. There were 7 new permits, 6 compliance permits, 1 new address. Yeah, 11 new. Most of them were offenses. There were no violations written or investigated. And there were a number of miscellaneous things that he reported as far as the planning. I put them down around those. On some zoning compliance, and there was 1 complaint. And a couple of permits are pending before the planning commission. Right? Nothing dramatic, pretty normal month it looks like, but fairly good.
Mine will just flow right into the wave.
There's no report. We didn't have a board meeting. The next meeting is July 22nd.
Okay, Chelsea Area Construction Authority, Ann, would like to report.
July 22nd.
Okay, Becca, we did have a meeting on June 18th. The auditor presented the audit for Becca, which went extremely well and was very complimentary of the work that the board has done. In that report, he reported that between March 1 and May 31st, there were 701 total permits of those 94 from one township. We gave a status of some of the projects going on. We did mention the Wolf project, also has some, which is, you know, the details on it, the Wolf project. I think there's a new
On
plan.
the builders, the new builder,
A new plan that they're looking at for that.
new plans.
We're trying to get that thing moving. And then PAC is also going to be purchasing a study Colorado trust for the building official for work-related trips. Yep, that's new.
Any questions for Ann? Anybody? Okay. Moving on, cemetery, Dale.
Nothing new.
All right. Patricia, Chelsea District Library.
Well, both after seeing something excited. So we did meet in June and finished with the proposed budget for 2027. There will be a public hearing for that in August. That will be advertised in the Sunshine and other local resources. I gave you some statistics, but the one I want to share with everyone today is that there are 735 partners from Lima Township, which was 6 more than reported last time. That's always a win. I always try to share one community service that we offer. This month I want to talk about the engineering engine, which is our makerspace. To give residents access to laser cutter, 3D printers, heat presses, CNC routers, Adobe Suite. We can do things like print 3D objects, convert old movies and photos to visual images. We have crickets, we have presses, we want to do t-shirts, mugs, or hats. And then in terms of our future events, I wanted to share that on July 18th, from 12 to 2:30, we're going to have a community fix-it day. So we're going to have volunteers from Chelsea Outfitters, Aberdeen Bikes, and others. So if you need to have something repaired, like gear or basic electronics, um, you can bring them in and we'll see what they can do to fix it. And Bob will help you dispose of it. And the last thing I wanted to say is off the cuff, not in the report, but since I'm hearing about the support from Chapel Depot, I wanted to encourage that if that does go forward, that we do partner with the library. We already partner with bookstore in Chelsea, with their activities, we hold book clubs with them, purchase books and serendipity for that book club. So if that would go forward, it'd be great to like strengthen that.
Planning Commission, that's
So we found public hearing that we're in December, so we've been working out for 6 months. So I guess it's going back to the planning commission again. We've been working on it another 6 months. And we do, as far as St. Vladimir's, we okayed their special use and their preliminary site plan. They changed a little bit from one that we approved months ago.
thank you.
What,
Any questions?
yeah, what's St. Vladimir doing?
I'm just putting up a cathedral.
Oh, no. Is that it?
Yeah, but they're going to attach the hall, it's gonna be 2 levels or something, where they'll have the, what do you call that, room, fellowship hall. Yeah. Instead of making it a separate one. It's a little bit different than the original.
Anything with the gas station?
That's, as far as I know, that's ready to go, isn't it?
There's a special use permit approved for it? You do approve?
Yeah, I don't. We heard from somebody in the gas station that they're in the process of selling them.
Yeah,
Yeah, so.
yeah, well,
But we're.
this month. Okay, good. Any other questions? Thanks, Annette. Joint Municipal Area Planning Commission, for those who don't understand, that's the 425 property there between the Sylvan and Lima Township. Yeah,
Yes, we've had, an open house to get public, feedback before starting the master plan that was on June 24th. We had a lot of people speaking, we had their thoughts. I haven't seen like a full workup out of that, but there was a survey done as well, very short survey. And our next meeting is on July 22nd, so I assume we will get all the, summarized feedback from that and start working towards the master plan for that 200 acre property.
any questions for Ann? We're moving on, CAPA, or no, WWRA. Good luck with this one.
No, Mark, our manager out at the recycling, we put together a draft for Sylvan Contra. I think only they sent it to them, so I'm not sure if they decided they're going to go with it or not. They're talking about getting 2 bins at the township offices that will be picked up. I don't know how many times a week, but we charge a set amount per week. And by the time I multiply that, going to be paying a whole lot more than if it was going that one was tomorrow night was the second public hearing for the $35 special assessment that we are at the city building at 5:30. And the Chelsea Post today also showed the cleanup days. There's one in August, but it's in Ypsilanti. It runs from 9 to 1. It's for the county. Anybody can go. It's supposedly free, but they would like a $20 entry fee, I guess. You don't have to pay $20, but they would like it. November 14th, there's going to be one in Schuyler Township, which is closer to us. It takes electronics, furniture, appliances, and there's no class for that either. You have to set up an appointment though, and you'll include this. Because they're only open from 9 until 1, and they'll give you a time slot to come, so there won't be a line.
Okay, I got a question. It is just beating our doors down. Everybody keeps asking if they're gonna have roads and that back up on Lancaster Road.
I don't believe so.
You don't think so?
No, it's in the city, and I don't think the city wants it.
All right, because these, like, dens were full and closed second day that they were there. And then the ones on Dexter Chelsea Road, same thing.
Are
So,
they using those?
oh, they're finally, some of them are starting to see where they're at, so. But they're full, and I mean, I've heard about it today again, and I'm like, oh,
We just have to get an entry.
Yeah, can we get more frequent pickups?
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I was
And the other
wondering.
thing, at least one of those can get one that goes to glass. I mean, for the last, I've made 4 trips with my stuff. There's not been one there that has the glass. Seems like they would bring you on that one location.
I don't know if they have the labs.
Right, you don't want it dumped in the general stuff though, right?
Correct.
So I'm driving around with all my glass.
Other than going out there.
Other than that.
Okay, any other questions for Nanette? I don't. Okay, okay, Ron, are you here tonight? Please say you are. No, okay. Chelsea Area Fire Authority. I know we voted on the millage, and they're in hiring phase right now. There's little changes going on. You'll read about soon enough. I can't expose it to this day. But the house was purchased next to west of the firehouse. Was purchased by Kappa for expansions down the road. Right now, that's what we're going to do. We're looking at a 5-year expansion. Our firehouse, once we get all of our we're hiring 6 new firefighters, so that's where these guys will go. Exciting. So that's all I have for you. See, I know Ron's not here, and he's going to hear about it more. Okay. Clerk's report, or Ian.
So where's the election? Primary is coming up on August 4th, so absentee ballots will be mailed on July 29th. Who the one that was either on the permanent ballot list or who had requested a ballot. The election commission met this morning and approved the list of election workers. Our public accuracy test is scheduled for Monday, July 20th at 10 a.m. here at the hall. So far, we've mailed out 1,180 absentee ballots. As we did this morning, there's around 180 of them returned. We launched the official Facebook page on July 3rd. So I'm using that to post meeting notices basically. Right now, we're looking into getting microphones for the meeting, so hopefully we can look at some solutions to make it easier for you to hear us. And so early voting starts July 25th. It runs July 25th through August 2nd. at the Sullivan Township Hall. The one update I wanted to give was in May, the board had talked about adding Geraldine signed this to the Justice Bank account. We had started the process. I was having a hard time getting signatures from everybody who needed the signatures, so I did get a call back finally after working with the bank for 2 months on this, and they have talked to their lawyers and they can add me and Carol just as signatures. So we are added now as signers.
Any questions? Yeah. Okay. Supervisor report. First of all, I want to tell you guys, thank you. Because without what you guys did, we would have never done it. That was such awesome teamwork. And I have been getting calls and emails and oh, I want to say thanks. Okay, I met with Denise last Friday, signing her up with conservation easement. The same night the electricity went out, so we figured that was paybacks. I got a hold of Barry Lonick. We're setting that up, and if you notice in our agenda, we're gonna push through and give the planning commission something more to do with PDR ordinance. I've been in several contacts with Washington County Land Conservancy, Huron River Watershed. I've got a meeting with them next week, Conservation Board. We're setting a meeting for that. It's not going to be right away. This is the fact that I'm running around trying to get the ones who I think we need. I've got 2 landowners right now I'm working on with the PDR ordinance or conservation program. And yes, she is more than happy to want to do it, and we got to do it before August 15th because she qualifies for Ann Arbor Greenbelt money, which we don't have. That's why we need a PDR ordinance. Oh, I attended the potluck, which was awesome. That was great. Had several calls. Young lady in the back who made a comment of what we were doing. That's right. You guys don't know what we're doing, and that's what we want to do is inform you on what we are doing. And so, Jeff Harness and me have become real close. And he invited me to sit down and do a podcast with him. And he wants me to step out and do it myself once a week to let you guys know the progress we are making. One of the things we are doing, when all this stuff is going down, I don't know if you guys remember, we created a whole Western Washington County. Dexter Township, Chelsea, Sylvan, Linden, Bridgewater, Freedom, Lima, all these townships together are now one working together, which has never in the history been done. And we are meeting basically all the time. We've met 3 times so far. We're setting it up to where we're going through our ordinances, even though we think we have good ordinances, there's little things we can pick out. And getting behind us with great environmental stewardship lawyers and guys behind us. This is across the whole board. Debbie Dingle is a great driving force behind it, along with Jeff Parness, and I thank them very much. And it's not going to stop. We're going to keep doing it because it's something that's going to better everything at that. That's going to come across and help protect our townships. And I mean, what happened to Lima Township could have happened to anybody else. And I love the way everybody stepped forward, even being we contact U of M Health and all these guys who are on board involved in it. And it's phenomenal to see where the direction we're going. Setting up grants trying to get grants still for just to see what we can do with it. Because that's always a nice thing to have, extra money. Uh, Not with them. Debbie Dangle, been having some meetings with her. Seminars or webinars. I've attended several webinars, which do SEMCOG and rural roads safety. Oh, one thing I want to say, I got a letter from Chelsea Senior Center. And they're thanking us, the board, the township, for giving them $5,000 towards the senior center. And I just wanted to announce that and tell them they are very welcome. And that's all I have. If there are any questions. Being none, moving on. We will move on right at this point to unfinished business. We will move toward the township hall. Would you like to?
Me?
Yep.
Well, we had a work session with the bar presentation, I guess, not work session, presentation from the bar construction that was brought forward to us. And Craig from the bar gave us an outline of what his approach would be as far as the design goes. That's another delivery method that we looked at. No commitment on anything, it's informational for the board and whatever citizens are here. He did give us make us an offer that they would look at providing us with some cost proposal on some kind of township hall. But of course, better information we give him, so all the data that was required in the last few years as a list of all of these. Now we have a lot of information, then we have a lot of things that we can provide him. The better information we give him, the better his answer will be for us, at least preliminarily. So that being said, I would say
The free estimate.
yes, it's free. He offered it to for free, with a good price, but he also needs to have information for him. You can't just say, okay, what's the township hall number? So I would propose, with all this information we have, that we would, as a board, and make it a work session to go through the various and sundry things and see where we might want to go, what we need to gather, what information we have that we can gather.
Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
It does. Work on
Many,
budget.
many years, hasn't it?
Work on, well, we've got to have a laundry list to give him. You can't work in a vacuum. If we choose, well, I guess the first thing is, we want to choose to get that. We also, and it's brought up that we need to establish how we want to establish our budget, what we, out of the money we've been setting aside and the money we have in our fund balance. I don't know, it's still that way, but it's been said for all these years, we're not going to, no taxes, we're not going to cut any services by this. And so we need to see what we feel like we can spend. And we also need to revisit 3 or 4 different programs we have, which are fairly consistent, but we would need that. So I think those are things that we just need to sit down with a legitimate laundry list in a work session and come up with the answers we can give him. And then I would suggest we take him up on his offer, see where we might stand. There's a number of things. I've got a whole list of them. Sure, we all have some, but I'm happy to do that. We start and pass it out. So that being said, I will make a motion that the board set a work session, discuss specific items, and determine what information needs to be gathered to proceed on the next phase of the township hall project.
Do I get a second? I'll second it. Been moved and seconded. Oh, any discussion?
You can read it.
I don't have a problem with that as long as we actually get an outcome, because I feel like we have the meeting with Fred and I was kind of thinking we might have some of these discussions at this meeting. I don't want to keep having meeting after meeting after meeting. We've got to like
That's
write the
what keeps going
time.
on.
No. And that's why I'm saying, if we have that work session, we need an outcome.
We need an
Yeah.
answer, but we can't just say.
We had an outcome different than that. Yeah, we did.
Well, that may be the outcome.
It'd be here too now, wouldn't it?
No,
It would have been here by now.
no, I wouldn't.
Okay.
So I don't know what the date would be. We need to pick a date and choose to do that.
Well, what's date good for everybody?
Well, let's see if we want to.
We have to see if we
Yeah,
want to.
let me get a hold of Craig and see what day he's available.
We don't need him. We don't want him.
We gotta sit down and make our own list and then.
We don't need him. We need to decide
Yeah,
amongst
so give me a
ourselves what
date.
we want him to do. Right.
Give me a date.
See if we want to even have one. All right. We don't know.
Okay. Moved in second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
2, 3. Okay, so it's out of date.
When's the election? 4.
August 4th.
We did. August 6th, Thursday. We did Thursday last time. That worked. Tuesday. Yeah. 4 o'clock again? Be here by 4, Dan?
Okay. Thursday, August 4th. I'll write it down.
Okay, you want me to amend my motion to set a meeting with, a work session only? Township board,
Well, no, I mean, we can just set it.
okay,
We made the motion to set the work session and now it's like the August 1st.
6. Right, 6.
6 p.m.? August 6th at 4 p.m.
You don't want it August 4. That would be a busy day.
August 6th at 4 p.m.
I wouldn't be able to make it. It's my birthday too.
6? 4. Oh, 4.
Yeah. that's-
We vote for you too? Or do we all have to write happy birthday on our ballots?
I appreciate that.
So what date you come up with?
August 6th at 4 p.m.
Okay.
Here.
All right. So
Hopefully it won't be 90.
it will be. All right. So moving on. To, oh my God, I know there's something else about this. Well, oh. At this time, we're gonna go on the rental of this, and I'm gonna rebut myself and excuse myself from this voting. So at this point in time, I'll have clerk Ann take over this meeting until the voting is over.
Okay. So we had talked about a lease before. I ran by the attorney after the last meeting. He did something new version of the everything commercial lease. So this is quite a bit different than the lease that we looked at the last time. He is suggesting that the lease be with the LLC, so the name of their company. And then the second page would be a guarantee of the commercial lease where Sarah and Terry would both sign saying that they personally guarantee the lease in their company name. As far as lease rate, The rent rate, we did talk to, I got some comps, Jim Bonus's office had sent over some numbers. He had said that commercial leasing would bring it anywhere from $8 per square foot per year to $15 per square foot per year, so it's a fairly wide range. When I did the multiplying out based on the ground floor level, and I have to figure out. Because I think mainly the ground floor level is what they can use for commercial space, 1,180 square feet. It came up with a rent amount of $1,500 per month, which is a little lower than we were charging for the residents. So, I mean, yeah,
I'm honest, let's put it on the roll to 2027.
yeah.
And it looks like taxes, if they stay about the same, would be like $3,050 for the year. It looks like the township pays out.
That would be how we set up, that we would collect some rent from them and then we would pay that. Is it that high? I thought it was $2,400 a month, but I could be wrong. I thought that number.
No.
$2,400 a year, yeah. $2,000 around two. So yes, that is true. There is a provision in here which was part of the standard language that if the taxes go up, the tenant would pay for 50% of that tax increase. So it's almost as if we're sharing the tax burden with them. Do you have questions?
No. Probably our second mission. Really depends. Not really.
Oh, insurance, you know?
Yeah. Looks like it. Let's hear of any questions we had previously. Obviously, a friend going through it. We come about it. Happen.
I mean, it's not wildly different in terms of the term. It's just, and then the terms do have it starting on the 15th of this month, and then it's essentially a year, one calendar month, so July 15, 2026 until August 31st, 2027.
But renewal.
Renewable, of course, yeah.
What was the price of the last renters?
On the 16th.
So why did it differ?
We can discuss it again. I was getting let me see if I can remember exactly where the 1,500 is. It would be from 11 to
Got from the phone.
yeah, and I did look up this places you can look for the lowest commercial is available in the general area, talking about for $7.98 per square foot per year. Or the higher one was around 15. I think there was some that to be more, but then we primarily.
Well, I don't think this is whatever price.
Right. So if we take the ground
Well,
floor,
what we got before. Instead on the business standpoint.
so that's what I think. So I had rounded the ground floor to 1,200 square feet, which would consider that 1,200 square feet is a main usable space. And if we use the $15 per square foot per month, divide that by 12, that goes out to $1,500 per month. So that's where that number came from. Again, I mean,
Square foot cost?
15.
So it's a high end.
It's the high end, but they're only using the ground floor. Because I don't think the upstairs can be used for commercial because there's no.
Well, if it's a high end, I would say that's.
Right, I'm looking at this, like, the high end is. What they all compared to.
Well,
I'm just exactly where it's at.
I'm just comparing to what we got.
Yeah. That's the going rate. Sounds like I.
And that was 6 years ago, or, yeah, 6 years ago?
Yeah.
6 years ago.
Except we didn't get like 6 months worth of payment.
When we ended up getting that.
No.
Oh, from the last one?
Yeah.
Paid it? Right.
I mean, if that's the rate we got from a really reputable commercial realtor, that's a lot. I think that's okay. If we're gonna go with a commercial lead, not residential, like that's good. Whether we like it or not.
I mean, yeah, okay.
Based on something that.
Well, the one before got us the whole payment up front.
That was a good.
That also happened. A different renter that,
Anyways, considering bacon.
yeah, nobody's tried to do anything with it.
Alright. I don't know what to say. Okay, I'm gonna make a motion that we approve the commercial lease with Enchanted Depot LLC based on the input from Township Attorney dated July 15th, 2026, the depot building as submitted, including the what's called guarantee of commercial lease, and authorize the clerk and supervisor to sign the lease.
I will support. More discussion. All in favor, say aye.
I
Opposed? I will turn the meeting back over to.
Please, while we're conducting a meeting, if everybody could contain themselves until we're done, thank you. Okay, we're moving on to new business, data center moratorium. That's a renewal,
resolution is by Fred.
yeah.
That's a good suggestion.
Right, there's one typo there. I don't
I
know what it
did
means.
do that. That's supposed to be a comment.
All right. I'll offer resolution 2613 to extend the temporary moratorium on the approval of data centers.
second,
And moved and seconded to approve the moratorium, the extension on that. All in favor, say
I
aye.
gotta do a roll call.
Oh, that's right. Go ahead. Yes.
Mackenzie,
Aye.
Foxby, aye. Lewis,
aye.
Freeman, aye.
Okay, pass, okay. So next on the agenda is the draft audit report.
Yes. The only thing I included printed was the letter to sign. I did mail out the audit draft when it was available. Based on my knowledge, everything was good. They had nothing bad to say. Partially fine. I'm just looking for board approval to sign that and send that up. Lynette and I will both sign it and send it back to him, allowing him to file the same.
Okay, I'll take a motion to go ahead and sign it.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the auditor's representation letter and authorize the clerk and treasurer to sign.
I'll second it. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, stand on. Moving on. Next on the agenda is the auditor contract for next year.
Yes, we sent an email, which is on the back of it, telling what the cost would be for the next 3 years. We had a 3-year, contract with him. This year was the 3rd year. This year, our cost was $2,250. If we renew with them for 3 years, next year will be $8,500, and then 2028 and 2029. I think that's still quite a bit lower than the monitor. They come often over 10,000 for the year without it. So I haven't had problems with them, and then if you have any complaints with them.
Okay,
So
take a motion.
they need to submit a proposal to us.
Yeah, that's all he said, but I,
I mean, all of that's about.
do you want me to get his?
Yeah.
I'm assuming the contract will be exactly.
Well, I'm not doing that.
Okay. I'll get those. So,
Okay, I'll make a motion for the township to request audit proposal from Siegfried and Franklin for the 3-year audit contract for years 2027, 2028, 2029 at the amounts proposed. Second.
Okay, it's been moved in second. With the proposal. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, seeing none. Moving on. Okay, zoning ordinance updates. And additions. As I talked about earlier, we're doing a summary of all the ordinances up in the.
yeah, I mean, we've been updating our ordinances, obviously we got a new planner, we've been going through our ordinances, providing some questions and consistency. They can do what's on and in summary, because it will take 2 to 3 hours to work, and then they would present it to the planning commission, and it would give kind of an overall summary of our ordinance, where it's from, where it is work. I think the one idea to, we just, somebody needs to correct planners to do it,
Yeah.
even do 4 or 1. So,
Here. Let's make it happen.
all right, I'll make a motion to direct the planner to create an advocated summary in the line of township building ordinance, and we're gonna have a people planning commission meeting.
Okay,
I'll support that.
moved and supported, any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, seeing none, moving on to, okay, ordinances. The PDR ordinance, fertilizer ordinance, and the food truck. These all gotta be either created, the food truck one has gotta be updated if I'm mistaken.
Yeah, the
Well, there's a request.
That's a request by the fire marshal.
I don't know what our two ordinance says, but I believe it's reference to the fire code and the marshal has to that's the reference. I'll go and get some private code. Just to allow them to report to the.
Okay. That's fine. I think we certainly can, but I think we need to spell these things out and always add to them.
Oh.
So I'll make a motion to direct the planning commission to consider a purchase of development rights, EDR ordinance, investigate and report on a new fertilizer ordinance based on a draft from
You're on river water,
we're on River Waterside Council, HRWC, and to review and consider updates to the food truck ordinance. Report back to the township.
right? And, there's a motion on the table to,
I seconded.
thank you. Any discussion?
I have some discussion on this fertilizer ordinance that's I don't really know, but so how do you people make a living growing stuff? What the heck?
It has nothing to do with agriculture.
That's what I was wondering.
Yes.
Anyway, but I don't know what this word is. I didn't look it up. Eutrophication? What is that? Who knows? EUTRO DHI, due to nutrient loading and accelerated cultural eutrophication resulting from farm.
Yeah.
I should have looked it up, but I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I was on the conservation board, that's one of the things we're trying to push, it's amongst consumers, golf courses, that kind of stuff, so you don't get the over fertilization.
So-
We do with agriculture, so.
Just, so this really would affect residential or landscape services, so, you
Yeah,
know,
and it's,
people that
the
want
reason why it's been
service.
brought up is several townships in the area are adopting it. Dexter, Scioto, Linden's looking at it, Sylvan, anybody who's got creeks, streams in the area.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying
Yeah.
bad, just don't, under that. It does not affect farms as long as they comply with it,
Yeah.
and if they don't, then yes.
Who, agriculture?
Yes.
No, it's
That's why we treat this like that.
it's a general agricultural practices.
Generally accepted agricultural and management
Yeah.
practice.
Yeah.
I know you know
Supposed to
that.
stay back.
Creek is so full of it.
Well, it's like, it's the stewardship of the land. We stay away from ditches, creeks, usually 60 feet from the setback. About that. And if you're in any government program, you'll find out real quick if,
You're not doing it?
you know.
I have another question about the, the violation of the penalty, and I guess the next will be the planning commission. Do we have a schedule of civil infraction
I don't
fines?
think so. That
Do
was
we even
my-
own one? It says we're referencing one. Do we have one?
No.
I guess we need to make one of those too, huh?
Well, the other, I mean, I have several concerns about the wording
there you
there,
go.
but I don't, that's, I mean, I'm not opposed to looking into this and then the other, plan of looking at. It looked like in my very brief research that Michigan law actually has some requirements. And there's that back is 15 feet, and this is 15, and 10 to 25 is normal, so I think almost something like the fact that they're suggesting something even more than you standard practice.
Okay, so there's a motion on the table, it's been seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Yes, sir. Richard. Rich.
The nature of that, other times, it's a large scale development.
Yeah,
Where the amount of houses on
yeah, that's
so important development by the time.
Yeah, yeah, because it's making its way to the Huron River, so.
So we have that problem with Norton Farm? Imagine that.
That I'm aware of.
Okay, at this point in time, I'll open it up to final public, discussion or comment. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for the report of what you've done, the leaders on it, and conservation, and what you've done, just all that there. So that we know.
Okay.
And we'll have to come in and say, what have you done? Like website or Facebook page? We'll have to go on with
Yeah, because, Jeff is kind of talking, we're doing a weekly podcast to keep everybody up to date with what's going on. And I told him it doesn't pay enough, but I'll do it anyway, just for you guys. Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
I think that's a great idea, and if we have to, coerce everybody and collect everybody again, we have a regular route. We do have all the township, up there.
Yeah.
And the public, let the public, whatever you're thinking, to do something, that people can be plastic out,
Well, let me tell you something, what happened here and how we approached it and how we did it as a team. There's no I in team, it was everybody, it was Jeff, it was Ken, it was all the residents, it was getting a hold of it. That, I'll tell you what, that has made national news. Ask Jeff how he's getting approached on how he was just in Manhattan last week, and it's how he's going to him, how did I do it? And it was a group effort, and I applaud every one of you guys.
you guys, everyone, but we found out, I found out Thursday night, when there was a meeting on Friday.
Yeah.
You know, so it's really good though, I'm gonna give it more than you. It's gonna come back one way or the other.
Oh, Lord.
Microphone.
Positive attitude. You need some crystals.
There's something.
Yeah, Rich.
Not to go back to the physical comment, where does West stand on going to
Yeah.
You would have got that last week, exactly.
Yeah, that's why we're moving forward with this moratorium to extend it.
Data center. Right, not.
Yeah, the power one's
Just the
on.
right to do it before it's ready.
There's a public hearing on that at the next time.
Okay.
So,
You gotta have that.
yeah, we
You will
might
have
have
that.
to.
Yeah.
So I got a quick question. Like she said, not everybody does Facebook, so we would update videos. In Lima Township, because Nuance did it, create an actual website. There was an ORG website that Nuance did for people who were on Facebook,
Yeah.
so that they could be in the loop.
Yeah.
With,
It's something we're looking into and Jeff's working on it, the girls are working on it.
yeah. Okay.
We've been talking me into it, so.
One more thing, but you're so good at it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, yes.
Too much again.
As long as nobody steals it. Because we try to keep this place locked up. And I guess it wouldn't be that hard to do it.
I think that one's that, like, Mount, you could just come in and
Open the window. And, well, we can't talk in public comment, but Assembly's coming about.
This is the joy of an old building.
Okay, so that's the thing I really wanted to talk about. This town hall issue. That's not beyond. Everything on what we have. I think I'm more than through. Second place, everybody.
So if that happens, then that's.
Bill?
Okay. All right, any more public comment? Seeing none, I'll take a motion to adjourn. Second?
Yeah.
Moved and second, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, seeing none, motion carries. Feels like it's cooling down.
It is.
No, yeah. We got rid of it.
Yeah.